Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited. Disturbing thought of the day. Uh, there's this far-flung interstellar empire that's been around for, thousands of years. I mean, dynasties within that empire come and go, but the empire itself, thousands of years old. Different races, every so often, one of them takes the throne. Or there's some intermarriages, that sort of thing, mixed species even, but yeah. It is old. It is far flung. It is powerful. Bit decadent in the at the top though, And you are basically the chief advisor to the emperors as they come and as they go. For 500 years, you've been offering them advice, and for 500 years, they're a little pissed at you because you perfected cloning. Um, every so often, an emperor gets cloned and stuff like that, but after 2 or 3 generations, the imperfections start coming in, and then they just die. They might pass the torch. So you, for 500 years, you look like middle aged for your race. You're brilliant, diabolical, suave, and wise. Too wise. So emperors come and go, emperors come and go, and current emperor is not so bad. And things are quiet until, boom, emperor dies. And it looks suspicious. It looks fishy. You're calling for an investigation. The new emperor, bit of a moron. You figure you're gonna be holding his hand until you like wise him up. He tells you to stop, and then he proceeds to say, "Okay, I want all of your secrets, all of them now, and I also want on top of that, uh, your secrets for genetic cloning, because I want to be immortal." And you're like, "Sorry, can't do that." You press a little button on your neck and you explode. And when you explode because you press this little button on your neck, computers scattered all over the place, all over the empire. They basically processed the last things your implant in your head saw. They saw that this emperor was the reason why you exploded yourself, and then looked at the most vulnerable, most acceptable vulnerabilities. And since you only pressed the button once, they only want you to release 30% of the dirt you have throughout the empire of all the black ops you've overseen in your 500 years. Things that would get this bastard killed. So they release 30% of your haul, and it's enough to start an all-out civil war. Meanwhile, signal gets bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced to, of all places, this distant planet called Earth. And somewhere under Ohio, farmland, a lab kicks on and you get cloned as a human. You wake up with your memories of everything up to the point where you press that button, you go, "Oh, that little bastard." So you get up and you check their status, and you have places all over the planet that you've stockpiled weapons, munitions, synthetic android minions. It's all good. No one should ever track you here. I mean, it's not like you flew here, right? But you figure sooner or later someone's going to find you. So you kind of have one eye to the sky, but weeks turn into months, months turn into years, years turn into decades. You go through a few bodies, and then you clone yourself out, different faces this time. You change names, homes, countries. You fall in love, have a kid, chip off the old block. And as your kid's in high school, one of your minions warns you that there's been a ship detected. Crap, they found you. Coming in all stealthy and stuff, but you stay up on the old tech. You still have friends back home that you make, you do some back and forth. And maybe one of them's the one who sold you out. You don't know. But these guys come in and they're from one of the Assassin's Guilds, but they're here to bring you back alive. That's what they figure out after you lead them into a trap. And these bad guys fall for the trap. The ship gets destroyed. Most of them get killed. Survivors get tortured. You oversee it. They squeal and they tell you that basically, yes, you started a civil war, a massive civil war, and billions are dead, and something close to a benign society of planets has emerged, Yes, there are outlying factions that broke off entirely and started their own little empires of sorts, but this society is actually the strongest of the strong, and they want you. They want you for war crimes. They want your secrets, and yes, they don't say as much, but they want your secrets for genetic cloning, hence immortality. Well, here's the thing. You're afraid of the Emperor, of course. I mean, the resources and all, but this, you're not afraid of them. As a matter of fact, you're wondering whether you should go out there and bring it all down and start your own empire. So you take a coin, like you just pick up a coin and you flip it in the air. Heads, you stay put. Tails, you take over known space. Because you still have 70% of the dirt that nobody else knows but you. All right, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and this is Tales Unlimited. Please check out talesunlimited.net. That's where the podcasts are. 2 of them come off every day. There's the Battery Daily Prompt and a Disturbing Thought of the Day. Check them out. Also, there are book links. They'll take you to Amazon. Print and ebooks are available. What are these books about? Well, there's the Battery series. 200 writing prompts, a little wisdom on how to write that first novel for anyone who may have lost years of their lives trying to write that first novel. Having gone through how-to books, I can tell you the Battery system is the best system because it challenges you and will make you a better writer. And the coolest part is you can start a business, sell books, build your fan base while you're working on your first novel. And there's also mind fuel for storytellers of any level. So if you're just an evil GM, okay, story writer, game designer, comic book writer, screenwriter, even a grizzled novelist who's written a bunch of books, 200 unique writing prompts. Take one, run off with it, do whatever you want with it. That's the advantage of Battery. Also, there are anthologies, 2 different series. On Heroic, the Book of Schemes. What are they? New School Twilight Zone, 25 stories in each book. What makes them different is on Heroic's about unlikely heroes saving the day. So imagine a dirty cop, near future, no, kind of like a Shadowrun, no, not Shadowrunning, a Blade Runner type future. Cartel, corporate building, heist goes on. A dirty cop's brought in to investigate, but cartel, they want this swept under the rug, and that's fine by you, but there are a couple of bodies over here, and you want some street justice, so this is the unlikely hero saving that day. Or the Book of Schemes, diabolical, twisted, something like, okay, Walk Away, story about a single mom. She's ex-military, she's a cop, she has one daughter, she loves that kid, of course, and the kid gets ripped apart by a family of werewolves. So what does she do? She grabs a bunch of guns, a bunch of silver, and goes after them. And she is picking them off one by one until their daddy shows up and gets in the way and tells her to walk off. Now, is that going to be a thing? All right. Then there is the novel series that I ultimately wrote. It's going to be 5 books, but I changed my mind. I'm going to make it 4. It's called I, Villain. It's a supervillain fiction told from the perspective of Benjamin Clyde, gentleman fixer, dude in a suit. What makes him dangerous is that he could pick up the phone and call any of his 400 plus mercenaries, and they can do anything from robbing a bank to making somebody a senator to starting an ethnic cleansing. He has the best talent money can buy, and in a world where superheroes are almost extinct, he's riding high, until one night he annoys people worse than him. They take his money, his business, force him to fight crime. It's sort of a cruel joke. And they sit back and they figure, okay, you're just a guy with high cholesterol and a phone. Take away your minions and your cash, you're nothing. Well, they're wrong. He has a Black Ops past, superpowers he doesn't want to use, and now he has to. So he steps out and he saves the day. And then he gets really, really, really good at it. And I'm sorry, he always kind of was. But, I mean, saving the world wasn't really what he was out to do, but when he does it a few times, he decides to make a business of it. Why? Well, one, to keep the world spinning, and he likes the status quo, but more importantly, if you're going to take over the world and destroy it, that means you're rich, right? So why not kill you and take your stuff? That's his business model. All right, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. See you tomorrow.